Hey, what's up? Dusk here. So I was reading some of the Steam reviews, and some people are complaining that you can't beat some of the bases due to cheese. Well, I've got some good news for you. You can actually beat these bases, but some of them are very difficult, and part of that is due to the fact that beta testers got to keep their progress. So you might be going against bases that are from a high-level player who have a bunch of unlocks, and you might be trying to raid with your base raider gear. And in that situation, yeah, you're not going to be able to beat that base, and you need to go play against some of the smaller bases first. However, if you do have some upgraded gear and you want to see how to take out some of these bases, I've got two of the hardest bases I could find last night. I raided all night. This first one here is definitely a giant death box room where you take a big room and you just put everything you've got in there. He's got the claw traps, flyers, the floor is lava, you know, all the classic stuff here. And as you can see, I just threw out that grenade, and I've been using my grenades. Part of the key is making sure you use your consumables. Consumables are very powerful, and you're going to need them to take on these sorts of like crazy bases, right? So you can see I just used the force field here to allow me to peek in so that I could take out some of the claw traps above my head before I finally make the dash into the room. And now we just kind of haul butt through there, dodging everything, get to the back area, have to grab onto the ceiling to hide from all the bombs, and then finally it looks like we've kind of made it through this one. So there's a few things I'd like you to keep in mind here as I finish up this base. You know, remember that this is kind of a quasi PvP game. It's raiders versus base builders, right? And the base builder gets to have fun too. As long as it's not an actually impossible base, you know, they get to design things that are powerful and really hard to beat and really challenging if that's what they want to do. And if they've got a lot of upgrades, then it's going to be even more powerful, and you're going to need upgrades as a raider, right? If you run into a base you don't like, by all means, you know, just hit escape and leave and go on to the next base. Just keep in mind that they are all actually beatable. There's some bases that even I don't like. During the beta, there's definitely a lack of player creativity, and I started seeing the same base just kind of copy and pasted over and over again by a lot of the players. And it definitely got really boring to just see this one configuration, which was just a giant room of lava cubes and like 40 grabber claws. And then that was pretty much the whole premise of the base. And after raiding like every variation of that base possible, I got pretty sick of seeing it, to say the least. But anyway, let's talk about this next base here. This one is a full-on, you know, tons of grabber claws style base. But this one is easier than the first one because it's so generic, and I've went against this kind of stuff before. So I sized it up and I looked for the weaknesses, and the weakness I found here was that I could get behind the traps and use the fact that I can grab my arrows from pretty far away to get my arrows back through the wall. Now, of course, you got to size the entrance up first here, so I kind of like got in, poked around a little bit, and then got around to the side. You see here, I'm kind of like figuring it out, and boom, get some of my arrows back. I think I got all three of the heavy harpoons. So then I can come over and then I can just shoot three more, which I think I do pretty quick here. Oh no, I bait out a little bit more in the entrance, and then proceed to, yeah, boom, get the arrow back, boom, and then I just start shooting stuff. We're gonna skip straight to the end because this was 20 minutes of me doing the exact same thing over and over again, and I don't think that's anything you want to watch. Mainly, I just wanted to show off that these bases are beatable for sure. It's just that the game is really challenging, but it's supposed to be. So I hope this was an encouraging video and you can get back out there and do some raiding. Good luck, raiders.